Yeah.
Who you
When
typing
I
in
tell
one
you,
to?
no, I did not. I swear to God. When I tell you, I got banned for like the most, like, and I'm telling you, like, I tilt and stuff. Like, I have had many instances of like going off and just being like, "What the fuck am I doing?" But like, I really didn't type anything that like was worth getting me banned for. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
It makes
And told it,
sense. It's 2024. You get cancelled for anything
yeah,
these days.
I think it's because the enemy mid laner was like, "How does it feel that I'm getting free LP or something on a loss?" And I said, "I don't really care." And I guess I don't know. Maybe that's hinting.
You definitely told someone to kill themselves.
I swear to
No,
God, I
I'm kidding. I'm
did.
kidding.
Wait, did Vi show?
Yes,
How come you can see a 3 camp? A little 3. Am I blind? Wait, let me see. Tab. Wait, how come you saw her? Where did you see her? Must have saw her on Raptors, I guess.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because I would like I remember that ward going off, and I'm like, I don't think I saw her. And then I tabbed, and I was like, oh shit, okay, she showed somewhere.
Yeah, I think pathing down is correct. I mean, actually it's 50-50. They both could be good. Nice. I can hear you could be selfish, by the way, Anthony, because I think on this is more Khazix specific, but you could recall here, but you could also tell your team to just come scuttle crab, you know? This Vi is on a solo
Yeah,
mission right now, and you have smite
yeah,
in 10 seconds.
got you. Yeah, and I still have the pot too, so in case she's like, and I mean, my Kale was
Yeah.
like chasing her pretty hard.
Like on other champs, I could definitely see why you do this, but kind of have to be the main character until like your first item. Then you can start skipping camps. Then you can start sort of doing less efficient plays. But for now, you need to like grow yourself. You know, you need to be efficient
Yeah,
with your own time because you're weak. Well, you're not weak, but you know you're not as strong as you could be.
yeah, yeah. I've been trying to just like focus on like getting just like farming up to 6, and then just trying to really get like a solid early game lately, because I
Yeah,
felt like what I kept doing was I kept skipping camps too much to go like gank or something, and then it was just like my whole tempo was just lost. So
yeah, exactly.
but I do see what you mean though.
So this is a decent trade. You do it actually relatively fast. Jungle boss baby was 6 almost.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe. I don't usually care about builds, but in this instance, I do care. I do think you should
hmm,
go Eclipse first, like 99% of the time on Kha'Zix, because I think Eclipse is just too efficient. It's like 2.8k, and it's a crazy
yeah.
spike when you get it. But I think you should be
So
building that.
into this particular matchup, or just you think just period I should be,
Oh,
because
period
I've
on
been rushing.
Kha'Zix.
Okay, I've been rushing Profane just to get my like clear speed, and just like I said, just stay like super efficient with my farm. But
Yeah, so here's the thing. That might be true, but you'd rather be farming champions than camps, right?
yeah,
So you would actually have Eclipse right now, and you could play way more aggressive. Remember what I said about like you want to be really selfish up until the point where you get like your spike, which would be your first item. The thing about Eclipse is because it's 400 gold cheaper, I believe, if Profan is 3.2 or 3.3, I'm not sure, but it's Eclipse is 2.8. So you spike way harder than the Vi, for example, because she's got 300 gold on the Sundered Sky. In this instance, she has a ninja tab, so she's actually putting herself really far behind for a first spike. In this instance, if you had let's say you had Eclipse, if bot wasn't gankable, you could easily walk into his jungle and like slice him up.
Got you.
But something for you to experiment with. Like it's more of an experience thing that you have to feel yourself.
Yeah,
you just try it.
I definitely feel like at this specific elo though, because it's more like bronze silver lobbies, like playing that aggressive would be pretty rewarding.
Oh, trust me, it works. It works in every elo. Like just
Oh
knowing
yeah,
when you're stronger than the opponent and just attacking them at that time exact time is
yeah,
like when you're peaking is like really valuable. Because like even though jungle EXP got buffed, I still think junglers are still strongest in like the early game. Unless you're playing like a super scaly jungler. Your biggest impact is still relatively early game. You have a good early game, then you scale, but
got you.
you're still gonna get out scaled by crit, you know?
Uh huh. Yeah, that's what I've been learning with all the ADCs. I hop onto them thinking I can just one shot them, and they one shot me. Fine.
Yeah. So this is but like aside from execution, this is the right mentality, right? Like you have your two camps coming up, but you're going for um an aggressive play, which I think is like how you should play the situation. And you should actually kill this guy. This guy's overstepping. All right, so check
So
the
just
turret.
like focus the TF in that situation.
Well, the concept is so you push the zero out, so that's one. Like you got to look at the map as entrances, Anthony. So you push this guy out, you have an even trade, but you're holding the space. You're physically blocking the entrance, right? Now Timo's blocked for you, and you know Azir can't re-enter because he just used his abilities, right? His abilities are pretty long cooldown. And Timo's holding the entrance. So where can TF go if he has to exit?
He can just back up.
Yeah, but
That's his only option then.
where can he back up? Where's his next exit?
Well, his closest would be into my jungle, and then
Oh yeah, then he's just going to no man's land, right? And then he has to
yeah,
TF
then
up.
yeah. So basically, just like straight back through the river towards where Kale is.
Exactly, but then he has to run into Kale, right? So this is what I'm saying.
Uh huh.
If you the concept is if you recognize like that you're blocking off an entrance and someone's trying to collapse on you when you're holding the space. Well, Timo is now, but you were, right? You were where Timo
Yeah.
was, and now you've switched positions because Timo is healthier than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this TF is continually walking at you when there's a Kale behind him in like 5 seconds. This is what I
Yeah.
mean by he's got no exit, right? But you have to be able to
Yeah.
recognize this in game. Like, see how you guys
Yeah.
kind of
Then we
let
gave
him
him.
exactly. You
Yeah.
gave him the space to walk through. When before it was a 1v2, but then you made it
Uh
a
huh.
like a sort of like a 1v1. And
Yeah.
now it's become a 2v2, and now the fight is less free. I definitely think
Got
you could
you.
fight it, but he should have died way before.
Yeah.
Or had the TF
Yeah. I
hold
think
out.
that. Yeah, I think the hesitation came from he was just like hovering gold card, and I didn't want to like jump on top of him, get gold carded, and then him just like burst me down. But I guess Timo would have been like right on top of him by then
Yeah,
at least.
exactly. Okay, she overcommits. I mean, that was just misplay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I thought my profane would hit them both, but I guess I like didn't have the distance right.
I don't think it procced. No, I don't think it went off. It died. You died before it procced.
Oh yeah,
But you
I
got,
see. It
you got
wasn't up
stunned.
when I jumped in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I thought it was up, so I jumped in, and then probably pressed it and was like, "What the fuck?"
Good positioning here. Nice. Good trade. Leg. So this is looking like a pretty rough spot. I mean, the last like 2 sequences.
Yeah, I felt like at some point it kind of just like I got super fed, and then I just struggled with like carrying. I felt like I just couldn't really translate it well to the mid game.
Okay, this
And then
is a problem.
yeah,
So obviously I've been watching 2 times, so I wasn't too concerned about mechanics, but this is actually hurting you. So whenever you jump on someone, I want you to like get in the habit of using your passive first. So your passive auto slow or EQ auto, and don't use W because you're allowing too much
okay,
time for them to walk past with movement speed, right? If he was slowed from the beginning over here, he would for sure be like in range for your next Q, right?
yeah,
I think I've seen that before. So I want you to get in the habit of EQ autoing or E auto queuing if they're really mobile.
got you. EQ auto.
Just basically
Yeah,
thinking
because
about applying your passive like efficiently. Like obviously you don't want to E auto queue if um I mean if they're like not that mobile, right? You should just do full DPS to them. Like you should just EQ auto them. Or you should W EQ auto them, right? Like you can predict where they're gonna move and W first.
as
Then
opposed
jump
to
on them.
trying to do it, yeah,
Yeah, as
I
opposed to CCing yourself. You see how like by Wing you're CCing yourself?
yeah,
And
the
then
animation, like
exactly. And then you
yeah,
lost him in the bush, and then he walked a little bit further.
yeah,
Uh,
because I have noticed there's been a couple times I've like jumped onto people, and like in my reviews I've seen I jump on and I like W them, like I just like smash all my buttons, and I'm like, there's definitely a better way to do this.
yeah, this is definitely a good like. This is definitely tied to like carrying. Obviously, uh, the more reviews we talk about in the future and discuss, we can talk about the mid game, but you have to get this down first before like
Got you.
we talk about like macro concepts, and as well as like your early game from our last review, definitely better. I think the only criticism would be the items. Not items,
Got you.
rather first item. I think you can go profane second if you want. I think it's good too.
Yeah.
But just the eclipse spiking early. And then I want you to
Yeah.
figure out how you can play as aggressively as possible when you get eclipse. Obviously, what I mean by that is if you have an item advantage over the opponent, right? If they have Sunder
Mhm.
Sky and you have Eclipse, you're not stronger than them. But if you, like, for example, you had Profane and this guy had Ninja Tabs and components, right? So that was a really good timer for you to play aggressive. Like, this was your timer to carry the game, basically.
Got you.
But you kind of like fumbled back. You see, you had a duck, Ninja Tabs, and
Oh
you have a
yeah.
full item. Like, you just have to figure out how to play more aggressive and take
Uh-huh.
not take more risk, but more so be willing to step up in areas you wouldn't. I guess yeah, you would. I guess I am saying a
Be
little
more
bit
like,
of a
yeah.
little bit more like lenient with like taking risks to get uh, a bigger advantage
Yeah. Just be more dominant of it, especially like,
when you know you have an item advantage, right?
yeah. No, I definitely see now, like this was my place to snowball the game right here, like play towards the lane and like completely steamroll. Because even my like from the way I was playing bot too, my Callista started getting fed. So I was like, oh, okay, like if we keep playing like this, and then yeah, I definitely see what you mean though.
Yeah. So I think those two things are just the really good start to work on because I really think that it changes your mentality